Boy, do I got something special for you guys. Guess where we are at today? Armordyne. Guys, this spring, Terrence over here at Armordyne, he contacted me and he's like, Hunter, I need you down here as soon as possible. And I need you to come with your best ideas, with the list of plants that I need to get for my garden that will handle these conditions and bring in people like throughout the year that are colorful, unique plants that other people might not have in their gardens. And I had a ton of notes for him, but after talking to him and after he stopped out the first time and got tons of plants, he kept on coming. He kept on getting more and more and more plants. So in this video, I'm going to tell you guys about the plants that, I told him to get, plants that he's gotten from other places, show you guys the containers that he's done with the plants that I, got this year and last year and have been growing out. And, a lot of these plants I still have for sale, or will have next year. Like some of these plants are just top-notch, top-level plants. And it's not just this garden right here. He's got some really nice landscaping, and at the end of the video, I'm gonna finish by showing you guys the sign, over there. Guys, I was able to help him design and, think about all the different ways that he can have a top-notch garden at a place that gets all of this traffic here in Ashland. So this is a local business, Armordyne. They sell computers and computer parts and work on computers. They can run diagnostics and everything else. You're just gonna have to look them up or stop on out. And so like I said, let's talk about these plants because I'm excited to finally stop out. I don't know what I've been doing, but I wanted to give these plants some time to grow. So basically, I'm not gonna talk about everything, but he's been getting all kinds of plants. Liatris, sedums, and ajugas, hens and chicks. Now, I didn't give him these, but he's got torch lilies, nepitas right here. These plants bloom early spring, and they're still blooming right now. They smell good. They do great for pollinators. He's even got different types of spireas. Some plants, when you plant dozens and dozens and dozens of plants, you'll have some things like this that's not doing so good. But most of these plants are doing amazing. He's even got this blue ground cover plant. I forget the name of it, but the daisies, liatris. This right here is the lime twister sedum. This has been planted recently. But all these sedums right here are perfect for hot, dry, rocky conditions. This is a chocolate chip ajuga. You got a rosy robin ajuga. He's got cordial canary ajuga. Silver Mount Artemisia. He stopped out like a week or so ago, this past week, and got that from me. And he's got horsetail in this pot right here. Just a crazy plant. Yucca color guards. Those were flowering. And looks like he chopped off the flower stalks, but and he's got plants in the ground, plants in containers, and like I said, these plants right here were planted somewhat recently, just this spring. These are mint marvel hens and chicks. Look at the color and shape texture of those. And then that right there is either a gold nugget or a gold mine sempervivum, or in the hens and chicks family. These plants, the pairing is next level. These plants, this plant right here will turn bright red in the winter, and he's got them in all the different containers. Russian sage, I can't talk about enough. And I told him, I'm like, you're gonna want some Russian sage because it's gonna give you nonstop blooms. And then he's also got some annuals, like this plant right here. The color on that is awesome. And then he's got these blue stem grasses that I sold him. Those right there, that is standing ovation, schizocrium, or blue stem grass. And I sold him some stuff that I'm like, well, I'm not sure if it'll do good for you. You can try it. Such as these bergenias. These right here have really cool spring blooming flowers, but these have done amazing for him. He just planted them this spring. And he told me, he said the whole garden project started with this tree right here. This is a lace leaf Japanese maple that was dug out of the ground. He told me this story about this guy who wanted to get rid of it because his ex-wife got the tree, and he didn't want the tree any longer, but Terrence was able to get the tree, and look at how good it's doing. I mean, hens and chicks, the size of these plants are just ridiculous. And like I said, it's the first year. Some of these plants were planted recently, like these Dream Dazzler sedums and the Blue Comet sedum. I mean, this is a Delosperma plant, and then the Cyboldi sedum. He's loving that one right there. And you know, Agustache, he's even throwing in some, you know, colorful rocks. He's got daylilies and coneflowers. The one plant that wasn't doing so good, that is an example of what it looks like when it's doing good. That's Euphorbia, more Liatris, Phlox. I told him, I'm like, if you can get those to grow, they're gonna be one of the most vibrant plants that you could possibly plant. And he's got tropical things. I mean, he's got garden art. And then over here, like he told me, like last year, he planted one of each type of grass that he could find. So you've got some type of Pennisetum grass and blue stem and some other stuff. And you know, I mean, he's got all kinds of different stuff. Like I just want to come back and show you guys a couple more things. Like this Ajuga. Look at this sedum flowering right now. It's doing amazing for me. Coreopsis or tick seed. And then, I mean, he's got a dappled willow. Angelina sedum. That's an Angelina sedum. And I think I told him, don't remove this one. It's a potentilla. These plants flower till fall. And then I don't think he realized that I put this in his garden. And this is a lime twister sedum. And this is a naturally forming rock. I think the rock looks cool, but maybe he'll move it around. The sedum will fill this pot, and it shouldn't need protected over the winter. It should survive. I've had them survive. Angelina sedum should change colors as well. I mean, he's got the dappled willow. Look at the color on that dianthus as well. I mean, 9 bark. And then look at this. I sold him these plants. When you're friends with me and you buy a lot of plants from me, you get some things that other customers do not get, like this Tight and Tidy sedum. It's a pink Angelina, and so right now it's a little bit pink, but more so blue. It'll change colors. And then you got a red Angelina sedum, and then right here you've got your Dazzling Dynamite. I mean, these sedums right here are just next level, and they've grown way more for him than they have for me. And he told me he's gonna give me a piece of those. And I mean, there's just so many plants that he's gotten, sedums, and look at this hibiscus right here. This is a hardy plant that he had last year, or maybe even the year before. I mean, just plants after plants after plants. This right here, I believe, might be a Echinacea, and you know, just tons of things. I told him to, like I said, he's gonna give me a piece of that. I'm excited. Look at the container over there. I'm gonna zoom in. Those are hens and chicks that you guys need to get from me, and I should walk over there because them things are just on another level. The size that they're getting. Like, mine aren't even growing that much. And you guys love this sedum right here. This is a Lidocaine sedum. And then, I mean, guys, this garden is, I mean, it definitely always fit more plants, but next year and the year after that, this garden's only going to continue to be more and more colorful. Like I said, when I came to him this spring and he told me, he's like, Hunter, I want a garden that, you know, brings people here later in the season or throughout the year just to go and see what the plants are looking like and how they're doing. You know, if people don't need a computer, then the gardens will bring them in, and it'll end up getting some sort of, you know, something from him because they're just drawn in by the plants. It's just such a welcoming, you know, design. You know, I told him where to plant some things, but, you know, I'm gonna be honest, he's done some serious work himself here. You know, this is a Yucca color guard. Look at that nice sign. I mean, nice building and everything else. Like I said, the garden art, you know, also just makes this place stand out. And so this is an example of someone who's, you know, always looking for something unique, colorful, who's always working on their design and, you know, on their landscaping and everything else. And he's willing to take a chance on some plants, you know. And, you know, from the coral bells to the irises, this right here is a peaches pick, Stokes aster. These plants are decently long blooming. And then you've got, you know, the front of this building. I mean, there's people going by like crazy. And these plants were already planted here before I even really met Terrence here. But you've got panicle hydrangeas. You know, I'm just showing you guys the whole entire setup here because these plants are just all doing so good, you know. But this is a project that was a blank slate basically, and I told him, he came to me and he said, Hunter, I want low growing plants, but plants that people are gonna see when they're driving by. And I think this was a major success because these plants are doing amazing. I told you guys that this is I mean, one heck of an area. You've got Russian sage. There's a bee that's literally just about trapped in the flowers. This is a Heliopsis. Look at how big and colorful this thing is doing. And then you've got a Firewitch dianthus right here, like still flowering. And then over here you've got a Rock and Grow sedum. This right here is just, I can get you guys these sedums if you want. I sold out of these and it's just such a dense flower. And then right here, I forget the name of this one, but look at how good it's doing. It's a dazzleberry. This one flowers amazingly. He's gonna love me for, you know, tell him to get this plant right here. Look at that. He bought all of these plants from me this spring. This is an Angelina sedum. This one right here will change to different shades of, you know, oranges and, you know, just yellows and different colors, green. And then again, look at the bee on the Russian sage. This plant right here, you know, I've only got a couple left. This is a Veronica Ulster Blue Dwarf. The Veronica right here, this variety at least, flowers like crazy. And I mean, I just love it. Seeing it here planted in good soil, it's just, I mean, this plant's been blooming for a solid 2 to almost 2.5 months. And then this is a Camp Shadicum sedum, and then another one of the Lidocaine sedum. Here at Armordyne, the landscaping is just, I mean, this is the first year. I gotta emphasize that, but, you know, like I said, talking to Terrence here at Armordyne, getting to know him, you know, it's been really fun. He's got some amazing plants inside. Here he is right now. I'm finishing up this video. And I just want to thank you one more time.
Hunter, my friend, I thank you for all of your help and your support and your wisdom. And this garden that you and I built, which I think is great.
I appreciate it.
I think the folks that come and look at it love it as well. I get a lot of compliments. A lot of people think I'm crazy, which I am, but that's okay. But I love the way it looks. And I appreciate your help for sure. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Subscribe and watch my other videos.